Hello, this Monday, the fifth week of Easter. Interesting to note, at least for myself, yesterday, May 10th, was the day that in Promontory, Utah, after 6 long years of hard labor, the golden spike was driven into the railroad tie connecting the final section of the track that would create the Transcontinental Railroad. What's so significant to me as I read this was the fact that we are, in a sense, sequestered, that we're at home. We've really slowed down quite a bit. Tank of gasoline is lasting quite a long time. And to think that since the dawn of the human race, no single discovery changed the concept of time as much as the railroad did. Prior to that, no matter how much money you had, no matter how strong you were, it was impossible to travel a long distance in less time than it took to walk or to take a paddle wheel boat or to ride a horse to that destination. Just as an example from the little white book from Saginaw, Michigan, until 1869, it took 6 months to get from New York to San Francisco. Once the golden spike was hammered home, you could do it in 7 days, dramatically affecting the pace of human life as we experienced it. Something for us as we experience some more quiet, slower times, at least to some extent. The readings for today from the Acts of the Apostles, the story of Paul and Barnabas, how they were trying to explain to people that God is a caring God, a God of love. They were rejected by one place that was threatened. The people in power drove them away. And in another place, as they cared for a sick man, the people misinterpreted and tried to worship them as some kind of God that had superhuman powers, even though they were trying to say, we are the same as you. We don't talk about ourselves, but a God who is greater than we are, a God who loves. And then in John's Gospel, the story of whoever loves me will keep my word, and my Father will love him, them. And John explains how he would send the Holy Spirit to teach and to remind us of all that he has told us. Here's a reflection about the Holy Spirit. I'm suspecting you've heard this before, coming from the parish, the Holy Spirit. The Spirit does not become incarnate, but dwells deep within us. His presence is not temporary, but forever. And the presence of the Spirit is not a second-rate presence. It's a presence of God. It's a real presence. It's the way in which Jesus continues to be with us. To get a hold of this truth, to let its implications sink, is a grand moment in the life of a Christian. Getting a hold of this truth and letting its implications sink in is the whole purpose of the 50-day Easter season. And one final thought about love and the Spirit. I come from a family of children, 6 of us who were adopted. Thinking of yourselves on this day after Mother's Day. Those of you who are adopted parents, those of you who were adopted as we were. Here's part of a prayer, for a birth mother from an adoptive mother. On our birthday, myself and my siblings, our mother would sit down with us and say a prayer for our birth mother. And here's this prayer. Bless her life, dear Lord. Give her an abundance of happiness and love and family. Please let her feel the prayer that we have for her on each birthday of our child, each Mother's Day. We think of her with reverence and love and inexpressible gratitude. God bless all of you mothers, adoptive mothers, mothers who have given up your child for adoption, mothers who have been mothers to others. Blessings and love to all of you.